Hello and welcome. Right, today I'm going to be making a rhubarb crumble cheesecake. So I've got loads of things going on the table here. I got icing sugar, cream cheese, two different types. I got Philadelphia. I haven't got mascarpone, but I have got Philadelphia. Soft cheese, caster sugar, rhubarb. Again, this is from the allotment. Some double cream, demerara sugar, hobnob biscuits, digestive biscuits, rolled oats, and butter, and plain flour. So right, I'm going to start now by making the rhubarb topping. So first of all, I'll do the rhubarb. Oh, by the way, I'm using gloves. They're cheap enough from Amazon. You buy a box of them, but I'm using them because I've started to get eczema on the hands, and all around my thumbs are splitting, so it can be very painful. But anyway, I'm using gloves for this. Right, for the topping, around 250 grams of rhubarb, grams of rhubarb, and I also want some caster sugar on that. So I'm just going to put 60 grams of caster sugar on top. Just a little bit more. I'm actually putting 100 grams of sugar on it. So I'll put this now on the stove. So I put the crumble, I put the rhubarb on the stove now. I've let that slowly cook together now to make a syrup, and I'll crack on with the next part. So the next part now is making the crumble. So I want 15 grams of oats. So I'm using Quaker oats for this. I'm actually using 30 grams for this. So that goes in the blender. And I want 250 grams of butter. Sorry, I don't want 250 grams of butter. I want 25 grams of butter. Next, I want the plain flour. And it's 35 grams plain flour. And then I want a tablespoon of demerara sugar. I'll put in a tablespoon and a half demerara sugar. I'll just crumb that together now to make biscuits. Breadcrumb form. So switch it on. I got my beater on it, and I got have a look at this. Do it a bit more. That looks mixed enough. Move things aside. And mix this a bit now with the hand as well. Just carry on mixing this a minute. Mix this up now, and yeah, it's going together nicely. I've lined a baking tray there, and I've got the oven on 180. So just scatter it on the baking tray. Of course, you don't want it into powders. You want a few lumps there. Just move this aside a second. And you want to put this in now in the oven to bake. You bake it for 10-15 minutes, or check on it, and when it's brown, well, when you think it's brown enough, you bring it out. Right, for the biscuit base, I've got some biscuits in here. I'll use these. So I want 100 grams of digestives. And grams of digestives. Also, they're saying now with some hobnobs. Let's stick these in the bin. The biscuit bin, that is. And the digestives. I'm going to stick these in. I'm using the same washed it from the crumble, so I'll use the same. Just make these into crumbs a second. I want to add 40 grams of oats a second. So I'm adding 40 grams of oats to that. And again, I'm going to add now 70 grams of melted butter. I'm just adding 70 grams of butter now. just mix that now until it's all combined one more time. Brilliant. I'm using a 10-inch clip cake tin, and I'm lining the bottom. I always have difficulty with this. That's all lined. Cut the excess off now. Right, the crumble is cooked. I've left them in there for 15 minutes. So that's the crumble topping. I'll just put this aside now to cool. Right, the topping has reduced as well. So that's in a nice syrup, which I've now put to cool, ready for the top when it's done. But I'm just going to put all the crumbs now into the base of the tin. Stick this aside. Don't know what to use for best there. And then just spread this on the base and flatten it down as best as you can. And then stick it in the freezer to cool. I find that the rice scoop for the rice cooker is good for pressing things down. And if you want to use ginger biscuits are absolutely amazing with this, but they do give me heartburn, so I tend not to use them a lot. And that's all squished down. I'm going to stick this in the freezer now for about 30 minutes to half hour, to an hour. Right, for the cream cheese mix, I'm going to be using 200 grams of soft cream cheese. I'm using Tesco's own cream cheese. Just drain out the water a second. So I'm just putting this straight into the mixer. I'm using a paddle for this as well, paddle mix. You can use the whisk mix if you want. It's totally up to you. So there's the cream cheese. I'm now going to use 140 grams of this. This is a 280 gram pack, but I only want half of this. So I'll just stick this in. Lovely. And put this cream cheese back in the fridge. Whilst that's in there, beat this till it's soft a second. Ready. Right, I want to add the lemon juice and the rind. So I'll do the rind first. Just a second. I'll just do the rind first. I've put that aside now. I've grated the lemon and also done the lime juice. So I want to be using 600 mils this time. With the lime one I only used 300, but 600 mils of cream, but add it gradually. Doing good. I'm just going to scrape it from the sides now to make sure that it's all going to be mixed in. Yep, all done. I'll just add some more. This will thicken up very quick, so be careful. Right, to that now at this point I'm going to add the sugar. So because this more cream I'm putting in this one, I'm going to add a cup which is 240 grams of icing sugar. So put all that in a moment. Mix it slowly. And add the cream. You don't want to over whisk it. Right, now I'm going to add the lemon zest. Let me get a spoon for this a second. So I'm adding the lemon zest, so it's one whole lemon zest. And also the juice of one whole lemon. And mix this up. And just get it from the sides now. Make sure it's all mixed in. one last wick. That's ready. So just take this off. Really doesn't take long at all, so please watch it so you don't overmix it, because that has happened to me on many occasions, and I've done hundreds. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm going to stop by here in a second. Right, I've got the biscuit base out. Now I'm going to without covering too much of the camera. I'm just going to put this in there. Put that aside and squish it down and make sure it's all spread evenly and level. Use my fingers. Right, you put this back in the fridge now for the half hour to set. So stick it back in the fridge. Right, the cheesecake is set nicely. I'm just going to put the rhubarb on top. Because I'm using a size 10 dish, I have put a little extra of the rhubarb in, with a little extra sugar too. Sorry if I'm blocking the way. It's called professional blocking. All right. Spread that about. And here's the crumble. Put it on as you want, as much as you want. I like to cover all the rhubarb. And of course, with it being almost time now for the black currants to be ready, you could also do this with the black currants. Move this away a second. I'm gonna open it up and take it from this dish. So just loosen it slightly. Just a second, I'll just take this off now. I don't want to break it. Right, this is the cheesecake, the rhubarb crumble cheesecake. I'm going to tell you, it is delicious because you can do it with any fruit and the crumble on top. So yeah, I'm going to tuck into this a bit later. So until then, I'll see you again. I'd first like to thank all those for returning, and any newcomers out there, welcome. Hope you enjoy. Professional finger there. Sounds rude, sorry. Anyway, thank you all for returning. If you like the recipe, please let me know and I will put it in the description for you. And yep, I'm going to enjoy this. So hopefully I'll see you all again. Bye bye.